Hey guys, what is going on, my fellow Descendants? It's your favorite beehole, and today I'm just going to speed run these patch notes. So what we got, you can now run in parties for the invasions, which might help if you are having problems. They made changes to the Fortress Fallen Arc Void Fragment, so now it's not going to be as easy to farm. This is what they've done. So traps in certain dungeons have been modified or deleted. You can see Unknown Laboratory, Caligo Ossuary, the Asylum, Biolab, Haven, Old Mystery. The amount of HP orbs and ammo dropped by scout monsters roaming in the field has increased, which is really nice. Sweet. So Descendants, Yujin's Hyperactive Healing Ground skill now heals HP after granting purification rather than before. Improves certain skills from Freyna, Kyle, and Esiemo. So let me summarize Freyna's. Pretty much all of her skills have changed, so definitely take a look at her kit after this. But what is going on is now you have Panic, Despair, Decay, Nightmare, Poison, Toxic Reaction, and you're trying to create these toxic puddles to apply as many of these as you can. Decay, Poison, Toxic Reaction, Panic, Despair, and Nightmare. So now you can stack all of those, and with that, each of those different debuffs have a higher damage multiplier than Poison did. So now she's going to be viable against anything, and most likely good against bossing again, because with some of her new mods that they added, you can definitely increase that damage of her fourth ability and so many other things, so it's a lot of fun. So they increased the damage of her Venom Baptism unique weapon overall, and now it applies different debuffs, so you need to look at your kit, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to do once Ultimate Freyna comes out, on how to properly utilize her new existing kit, because while they are the same skills, it will not work the same. Kyle, what is going on here is he's got a ton of buffs and he's recovering a ton of his own shield rather than the teammates. The shield cost while using his magnetic bulwark, it has been slightly increased, so he's taking a lot more of his own shield. He's using a lot more of it to apply more damage, but he has different effects that allow him to heal his own shields rather than his team's. Things like self-directed eruption that's one of the Transcendent mods that I like to use, and it has an increased range, so now you're getting Lepic's third skill, and it's awesome. Oh, thank you so much, duder. My kid just gave me a duck. Awesome. So yeah, self-directed eruption is awesome. It's really good, and it's gotten this buff here. So as you can see, when it ends, it no longer heals the shield of allies, it now heals your shield instead, which is great, and you can actually attract all of the enemies to where you want, drag them, move them around. It has an extended duration. Speaking of extended duration, superconductive bombing might be something to look into, because now the skill duration increase stat affects it, so you can just fly around and just keep dropping bombs as much as you want. So firing the bomb now costs magnetic force as an absolute value rather than a percentage. So this mod right here, superconductive bombing, I see being a go-to for Kyle, so I'll build them out. I was building Esiemo, and he has gotten kind of nerfed. His kit is already kind of weird, but now they're doing things where his cooldowns and damage are actually decreased. You need more bombs to get his so it used to be that you could drop 5 bombs and that would give you a multiplier of 2.25 multiplicative damage to your skills and everything, but now it requires more bombs. Where is it? It requires, the number and damage of explosives have been increased. Now explosion range. You need more bombs though, and it has less of a decreases skill power modifier increase per stack, and you need more, so that really sucks. So the biggest win for him is that knockdown and knockback don't work on a lot of his skills now, which is great, because so many times I would just get hit over and that would be that. It would be ruined, or I would be stuck in this loop surrounded by enemies thinking I was about to just explode them. So Esiemo, I know not a lot of people play, but definitely his kit got some weird changes and shifts. So if you're a main, leave comments on what you think, if this was good or bad for him. I cannot tell. Kyle, huge win. Freyna, huge win. I'm sure based off of that, Esiemo is going to have huge wins. So they added 2 new mods. You can now recover your shield with HP orbs. It does reduce, it takes a portion of your health regeneration and puts them to shields. And based on the level, how high it is how much it'll take. It starts at 17%, ends at like 50% of that health regeneration going to your shields. So again, Kyle is being made very viable. Last Stand, this is consuming your shields. It consumes at its final level up to 10,000 shield for an additional 17% skill damage, and it has a base 8% damage, giving you overall 25% skill damage with this. So that might be something good for Kyle, but at the same time, Kyle needs his shields, so we will see. Biosync shield for sure going on Kyle. Yeah, so they made some changes. They have this recommendation for stats in the Intercept menu, which is kind of cool, shows what you need. They have a bunch of, UI, UX. The biggest thing, before, after, is your mail and your storage are next to each other. I love it. They did some optimization, which now I'm seeing some frame rate loss and lagging, and I have a pretty good computer. And so I am going to have to look into this, and hopefully anybody else on PC, you're not going to need it, but I have to make some setting changes. It looks like it was primarily for PlayStation 5 and Xboxes. So you can change your spawn despawn animations for each descendant and customize. It goes together like with their outfits, which is pretty cool. You can review all of the cinematics, and here are the locations you have to go to in order to view the cinematics. Hopefully you unlock it and can just watch them from a menu from there. His comments, cinematics provide higher quality lighting compared to the usual gameplay environment. They're perfectly suited for players to examine their customization. Oh, so they just want you to go in there to look at your character to get some cool screenshots. Alright, I guess I will. They updated the bundles, so now they come with unique skins and customizations. When you buy their ultimates, there's a few different skins. I'm sure everybody's seen it. It's usually the first thing covered by the community. They fixed an issue where you can't acquire a mission object when monsters die before exiting the dimensional gate. I don't know what any of that means, so I hope if that was a problem for you, you're good. So Descendants, they fixed the field of view being locked when changing weapons while using Bunny's speed of skill light. Fixed an issue where certain effects of Ultimate Bunny would not be displayed of the Descendant list animation screen. So an issue where Haley's Zenith skill on an unstable network would cause an incorrect field of view when shooting while aiming after the end of the skill. That would be me, because when I'm working and playing it, I would get these like hiccups in my connection, and that would happen. Lots of incorrect icon. Shield recovery modifier did not affect certain Descendant skills with a shield recovery effect. Enzo, Yujin, Ajax, and Kyle. So that has been fixed. The Executor's Exaltation, that buff that you get for shooting things, does not trigger or work on things that are immune or environment objects. They fixed Wave of Light, so it doesn't stay when you change weapons. Unfortunately, that was really cool, but busted. The effective lethal finish module is now properly applied per cooldown when attacking an enemy with the Guardian Lance of King's Guardian Lance. So I hope this did not break the build that I made when you would shoot it down at any point. If you had lethal finish procced, it would work on the pillar. It would stay there no matter how long, as long as that pillar remained active. But I did not get the cooldown when it would kill an enemy. So hopefully it does stay applied, and I do get that cooldown now. And if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. Change the barricade height in all outposts to 2 meters or higher. Cool. And then leaving a map in the air in Fortress. I don't know, I didn't experience that, I guess. Fixed an issue where attacking a Colossus when they appear would not increase the frenzy gauge. That sucks. Well, those are the updates and changes. If this is helpful, like and subscribe.